Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our English Learning Podcast. I'm Emily.
And I'm John. We're really glad you're here with us today.
Today's episode is one that almost every English learner will find useful because it's about something people do almost every day, taking public transportation.
That's right. Whether you live in a huge city like New York, London, or Tokyo, or in a smaller city where you just take the bus across town, public transportation is part of everyday life.
And here's the thing. When you travel in an English-speaking country, you'll need certain words and phrases to help you buy tickets, ask questions, or simply understand what the announcements mean.
Exactly. It can be stressful if you don't know the words. Imagine standing in a subway station, the trains are rushing by, the crowd is moving quickly, and you're not sure which platform to go to. It can feel overwhelming.
But don't worry, that's why we are here. In this episode, we're going to guide you step by step through a complete journey. We'll imagine someone leaving home, going to the bus stop, buying a ticket, waiting, getting on, transferring to another train, and finally arriving at their destination.
And as we tell this story, we'll highlight the most common English words and expressions you need to know. Words like bus stop, fare, platform, ticket, transfer, subway, timetable, and so on.
The best part is that you'll hear all these words in natural conversation. That means you won't just memorize a list, you'll understand how they're really used.
So grab your seat, relax, and let's begin our journey into the world of public transportation in English.
Let's start right from the beginning. Imagine you're leaving your home because you want to go downtown. The first step is usually walking to the nearest bus stop or train station.
Right. The word bus stop is really common. It means the place where the bus stops to pick up or drop off passengers. Usually, you'll see a sign with the bus number and sometimes a small shelter where you can wait.
And if you're in a city with trains or subways, you'll hear the word station. For example, subway station, train station, or metro station. That's where you go to get on the train.
Some learners confuse stop and station. A stop is usually for buses or trams. It's smaller. A station is usually bigger, for trains, subways, or sometimes buses in big terminals.
Good point. So, as you leave your house, you might say, I'm walking to the bus stop, or I'm heading to the subway station.
And often, before leaving, people check the timetable or the schedule. These words mean the list of times when the bus or train will arrive and leave.
Yes, and in many cities, people check this on their phones with apps. But you can also see paper timetables posted at the stop or inside the station.
So already, just in this first step, we've used some important words: bus stop, station, timetable, and schedule.
And notice how they all describe the very beginning of the journey.
Now, let's imagine you've reached the bus stop. What happens next?
You wait. Waiting is part of every journey. And while waiting, you might check the sign or display board that shows when the next bus or train is coming.
Exactly. In many modern cities, they have electronic boards that say something like, bus 23, 5 minutes. That tells you how long you have to wait.
Another common word here is queue or line. In English, when people wait, especially in the UK, they say they queue up. In the US, we often just say stand in line.
Right. So you might hear, please stand in line while waiting for the bus.
And don't forget about the fare. This is the price of your ticket, the money you pay to travel.
Yes, and this is really important. The fare is not the same as the fee. A
A fare is specifically for transportation, like bus fare or train fare.
So while you're waiting, you might prepare your fare, whether it's coins, a bus card, or a mobile app.
Great. Now the bus arrives. Let's move on.
When the bus comes, you get on. Notice the phrasal verb get on the bus. We don't usually say enter the bus. We say get on.
And later, when you leave, you get off the bus. Same with trains, subways, and planes.
At the front of the bus, you often meet the driver. Sometimes there's also a conductor. The driver operates the bus, and the conductor collects fares or helps passengers.
In many cities now, you just use a ticket machine or a card reader. For example, in London, people use the Oyster card. In New York, it's the Metro card. In Singapore, it's an EasyLink card.
Yes, and when you tap the card or give money, you get a ticket. The ticket is your proof of payment. You might hear, please keep your ticket until the end of your journey.
Sometimes the ticket has the word single or return. A single ticket means one trip, one way. A return ticket means you go and come back. In the US, people often say one-way ticket and round-trip ticket.
That's a very important difference. Imagine you're traveling and only buy a one-way ticket, but you actually needed to come back. That could be a problem.
Now you're sitting on the bus or subway. What happens during the ride?
First, you need to find a seat. Sometimes the bus is crowded, so you might have to stand and hold onto a handrail or strap.
And you'll hear announcements. For example, next stop, Central Station. The word stop here means the place where the bus will stop next.
Yes, and sometimes you'll see a map inside the bus or subway car. It shows the route, the path the bus or train will follow.
A key word here is route. It's spelled R-O-U-T-E. And in American English, we say route. In British English, sometimes they say route.
So you might hear, this bus follows Route 10. That means it goes along a specific path with specific stops.
While riding, if you're not sure where to get off, you can ask another passenger, "Excuse me, does this bus stop at Main Street?"
That's such a helpful phrase. Or you can ask, how many stops until the train station?
See how naturally the vocabulary fits in? You're not just memorizing the words, you're seeing them in action.
So today, we've gone through the entire process of taking public transportation, from leaving home to waiting at the stop, buying a ticket, riding, transferring, and finally arriving.
And along the way, we introduced many useful words: bus stop, station, timetable, fare, ticket, driver, conductor, route, platform, transfer, connection, announcement, destination, and more.
Remember, the best way to learn is not just to memorize these words, but to imagine yourself using them in real life. Picture yourself at the station, asking for a ticket, listening to the announcements, and getting on the right bus.
The more you practice, the more natural it will feel.
Exactly. We hope today's lesson makes your next bus or train ride in English a lot smoother.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next episode. Don't forget to hit that subscribe, like, and share button.